The instant texture of the rice paper, it's crisp, but it softens almost instantly, like a wafer does. It's like rocking up to communion. Tender and succulent pork belly served with the aroma of Vietnamese herbs in delicate, convenient, and instant rice paper sheets, then dipped in my famous Vietnamese dipping sauce. Pork belly and rice paper rolls is an extremely popular combination in Vietnam and Vietnamese households too. However, for my most recent trip to Vietnam, I discovered instant rice paper sheets. And when paired with juicy pieces of pork belly, my word, it completely blew my mind. I mean, rice paper sheets that don't need to be dipped in water? Anyways, I'll stop gasbagging. Let me show you how to make Thịt luộc, cuốn, bánh, tráng, Vietnamese pork belly with instant rice paper sheets. Let's put the E's in Vietnamese. I've got a pan of water here. We're going to start on the pork belly because that's going to take the longest. Pork belly strips. So I've got a slab of pork belly that I've just cut into 2 strips, and cutting it into strips will reduce the cooking time because we want, food quick sometimes, don't we? So that just goes in like that. So because they're in strips, it will also assist us with slicing it up a little bit later on. Be nice and easy. In with some ginger, I'm just going to crush that, and that's just to combat some of the pork's meaty aroma. Some Thai shallots I've got here, beautiful, love Thai shallots. If you can't get hold of them, brown onions will work just fine. Splash of fish sauce, beautiful. Anchovy salt, beautiful. Might be a bit more, lovely. And some rock sugar. We're going to bring this to the boil. Once it's to the boil, we're going to simmer on low for about 60 minutes and then take it off the heat, cover, and allow it to sit for further 30 minutes. This will allow the pork belly to just absorb all that umami flavor from the anchovy salt, the fish sauce, the sweetness from the shallots, and it'll really penetrate the meat, leaving you with tender, juicy pork belly. In the meantime, I'll make a Vietnamese dipping sauce, boil the rice vermicelli noodles, and prepare our herbs. The pork has been resting for 15 minutes, so it will retain all of its juices when we slice it. I'm just going to grab it now. And what we want to do, we want to cut the ends off so we can help ourselves with some offcuts. But then, 1 to 1.5 centimeter slices. All right. So cut that up. You can see how easy I'm cutting this because we cut them into strips prior to boiling. Check how juicy that is. That's a serious specimen. Look at that. Perfectly cooked pork belly. Now, rice paper rolls, as you know it, can be quite tricky as they are sticky. They tend to just make life a bit hard sometimes, don't they? These days, I rarely use sticky rice paper sheets and opt for instant rice paper sheets because the texture It's just far superior. And of course, they don't require any dipping in water. Let me show you how they work. So grab one of the sheets, and I'm literally going to make a small one just to show you how versatile these are. You can make mini bites. So just fold it in half, tear it like you do paper. We'll put that one back. Grab some lettuce, just like that. Some herbage, beautiful. Bit of cucumber, some chives. Love chives. They're really long today, so we'll just chop it up like that. Some noodles. You see I separated it all before, now look at that, that's the perfect bite. And some pork, I suppose. And then roll it up like a sleeping bag. Be kind of rough with it, it's not going to break. And there you have it. And the trick is to not put too much inside, otherwise you'll end up with a massive roll and it'll be almost impossible to bite. And here we go. You know what to do by now. Dunk it, like Duncan does. Look at that. The pork belly is rich and meaty, but the herbs and the nukmam cut through to balance it all out. Quick, smart. I'm gonna make another roll, but I'll make a big one now. Check this out. So for those that like having a bit more at once, you can make a whole roll. Again, pretend like you're out camping and roll up your sleeping bag. I wasn't convinced at first with instant rice paper sheets. I thought it was a bit of a gimmick. But when that is what's wildly popular and served in Vietnam, you don't really have another option. And I didn't want to look like a tourist. And literally within a few rolls, just like I did just then, I wasn't ever having rice paper rolls any other way again. But if you don't want to miss out on that added texture from the rice paper sheets, you'll just have to grab yourself a packet and give it a go. You know what to do by now. Do yourself a favour for flavour.